What are the ugliest college football uniforms to ever exist? Every offseason we have things like this, where people are talking about uniform concepts and potential uniform redesigns, but it got me thinking, what are the actual ugliest uniforms we've ever seen on field? Now, whenever we talk about ugliest uniforms, we always got to mention the Florida Gator skin jerseys, and these are horrible. But I kind of see the vision at the same time. Prime example of good intentions with terrible execution. But honestly, I don't even think the Gator skins are Florida's worst uniforms. I mean, they have these right here, where they took their normal uniforms and then just made half of the shoulder orange. Of course, you always got to bring up these monstrosities here, the Michigan State uniforms. Couple of things of note here. Why is the word state so big? You could have shrunk that by 50% and it still would have looked really big. Instead, we stretched it. We made it as big as we could to fit on these uniforms. And that's not even to mention that neon green is not one of Michigan State's colors, and it's not a particularly good looking color either. Or the fact that the Michigan State Spartan is neon green, but they still have a white helmet stripe, which just looks way off. These are definitely contenders for worst uniforms of all time. Similar to Florida's Gator skin, this is Georgia Tech's honeycomb pattern, and you can see on the sleeves and on the numbers, they went with a honeycomb pattern to play off of the Yellow Jackets. And I'm gonna say it, these are not that bad. They're not as bad as people make them out to be. If this was on a dark uniform, absolutely it would look horrible. But you have to remember, Georgia Tech wears their whites at home as well, so it's a little bit more subtle. I think it looks better than if it was a dark uniform. I'm not going to say this is the worst uniform of all time. This, though, definitely has a case. The Double M Minnesota uniforms. Like, I just imagine the person that was designing this was like, what if we put an M on the shoulder? And then it was like, that kind of looks a little unbalanced. Put an M on the other shoulder. And then they're like, what if we connect them? And then they got a bunch of people to say, this is fire, let's make these. This just looks awful. Like, I don't know as a player how you can see this and want to put this on. But none of these are as bad as this BYU uniform from like the late 90s. There is just so much to say about this. Like, one, I don't know if BYU is the home or the away team here. They're wearing quite a bit of white, but then like the shoulders are blue and the back is blue, but then why are they wearing that much white at home? Like, I'm just confused on if they're even home or away. Like, the only thing I can think of is that maybe BYU was on a budget cut and they didn't have enough money to buy both home and away uniforms this year, so they just made one that could fit both. And there's just no white on the pants, so you have like a mismatch. Like, the pants don't have white, the jersey has a lot of white. Something's looking off here. Then you have the fact that the helmet stripe is also gold, and the only other white on this uniform is the Y in the BYU logo. And then none of that to mention that just how bad this like tan, gold, beige, yellow color looks against this dark blue. Now, these uniforms only lasted a year. The next year they would scrap the white entirely and it would just be like the blue, and then their white jersey would just be the same thing but with white. But yeah, this is definitely, in my opinion, the worst college football uniform to ever exist. Let me know in the comments if there's an uglier one that I missed, and don't forget to like and follow if you like college football content.